crazy because I got to do this by myself. And this is literally my choice. This is literally my choice. But I promise you, please try to work it out with a partner. Because this is hard. All right, y'all. So it's time for the Gannerlex shot. And if you can't hear the noise in the background, I'm actually pulled over on the highway because you have to do it at the same time, right? But unfortunately, I'm actually a little bit late because it was pouring down raining back that way, and I couldn't stop on the side of the road because it didn't have the there was no exit and there was no like place to stop on the side or whatever. I'm heading to Colorado Springs. Ew. I'm heading to Colorado Springs for my appointment. It's at 8:30. It says I'm gonna make it there at 7:57. They're gonna see me at 7:57. I don't know if y'all saw that or not, but yeah, so I'm literally on the expressway, on the highway. But let me just let y'all get a little glimpse of my shot today, because I don't know why you guys like it. I'm wearing all black today like it's a funeral or some crap. So this is my last Gannerlex that I have at home. I'm only 5 minutes behind. So that's it. It's okay. I think 5 minutes should be okay. I don't know if it's going to be okay or not, but we're going to say it's going to be okay, right? But anyways, let me get back on this road or whatever. And I hate when I have to merge back into a regular lane from like being on the side of the road or whatever. I hate when I have to do that, like. But if you don't know how to do it, what you do is you stay in the emergency side and you get your speed up in the emergency side. So don't pull into the actual lane going slow, because that's dangerous. But I had my hazards and people were actually moving over. So yeah. I have my scarf on because I'm laying my little edges down, or whatever I want to call it. Yeah, you guys, I'm literally wearing, I said that already, I'm wearing all black like I'm going to a funeral. When I go to my job and I wear all black, they be like, girl, why you wear all black? Like you mourning or something. I am mourning. I'm mourning life. So yeah, anywho, I'm about to go back talking to myself, because y'all know that's what you gotta do when you're driving, right? You gotta talk to yourself or play some music or whatever. And sometimes I like to just ride in silence, or where I play music. But you guys, am I the only person that plays music and I'm like, no, I gotta play a song, and I have to imagine like if I'm in a club or something, or if I'm like somewhere doing something else, like instead of just listening to the music, like I'd be like, I want to feel like I'm in a club. And then I turn it on, I'll be imagining me being in a club. Or like, I'm like, I want to listen to this lovey-dovey song, and I'm imagining like I'm listening to it with my imaginary man. But yeah, anywho, today's a fresh face. I know you guys saw me with makeup the past 2 days, but your girl's like, okay, enough with that. Enough with the makeup. You feel me? Yeah, I woke up like at 4 a.m. If you don't know, I'm an early bird, okay? I'm up like at 4:30 every day. My alarm is for 4:30, but my body is like, girl, wake up before this alarm wakes you up. And so I'm always up before 4:30. But today I woke up at 3:50 because your girl went to bed yesterday at like 8 o'clock. But I go to bed early too. You know what I'm saying? Like I go to bed like at 8:30. So just an FYI, if anyone is ever like, you want to try to wonder like why your girl is single, one of the biggest parts why I'm single is because like of my schedule. Not because of my working schedule, but baby, like I wake up early and I go to bed early. And a lot of men be like, they be want to go to dinner or they want to hang out like after like 8 o'clock. And I'm like, baby, I don't want to do that. Like, I just don't. And don't sit here and say, but you gotta change for people. You ain't gotta lose sleep for people. I just don't believe in that. Everyone has different schedules, and unfortunately I just ain't met the other person that's like a granny like me that wants to go to bed at 8:30. You know what I'm saying? That wakes up early to go to the gym. And so usually if I were not doing fertility treatment, I would actually be like at the gym. So I wake up at 4:30 and I'm at the gym at 5 because I like to go early just to knock it out in a day. Because at the end of the day, like there's so many factors to why I don't like to go in the end of the day. One, if I don't park my car in my apartment complex by literally 4:50, 5 o'clock, I'm not gonna have a parking space. And then I have to park far away from the apartment complex because there's no parking spots, because there's hella Mexicans that live there, and it'd be like 20 of them in one house apartment, and they all have cars. So there's not cars for people. And I'm not exaggerating. And then, so it literally be like a lot of cars parked. And then another thing is, girl, by the time I'm like in the house, I just don't want to go back out. And then the gym be pretty packed too in the evening, because a lot of people go in the evening. Not that many people go at 5 o'clock in the morning or 4:30 in the morning, you know? So yeah, so I like to go in the morning or whatever. Sometimes every now and then I go in the evening when I want to wear like a cute little outfit so people can see me. But girl, they don't be looking at me because don't nobody like me out here in Denver. Girl, I go to that gym and them men just be looking other ways. They be like, this girl, she ugly. But or maybe the internet just steered men away from talking to women. But honestly, I think I had to like humble myself that I'm like a number 2. Can you see me? Okay, so I just finished let me turn the car off so you're not hearing car noise. So I just left the appointment, and we have about 8 ready follicles, right? The lady said there's 8 like ready follicles, but there's about like 17 follicles in there, right? But the right side is still lacking. But we ain't gonna count my baby out, right? Because she might have something in there that could be the winner, you know what I'm saying? But there's 8 like ready follicles. So that means the lady is recommending I do my trigger shot tonight. So my first trigger shot is at 11:30 p.m. and then my next trigger shot is Friday at 11:30 a.m. and then my retrieval is on Saturday at 9:30. I think she said it was 9:30. So yeah, so these 2 retrievals is Leprol, and I'm gonna document all of this so you guys can see it or whatever. But I end up buying, please pay attention to your medicine. I want to tell you guys this, because this doctor put in that I get Overdrill and Leprolide, but I got both of those meds. The Overdrill is the one I was telling you guys earlier that it was in the refrigerator and it had to be refrigerated. And the lady is telling me I'm not going to use that one. So they're telling me to just use the Leprolol. But I'm actually about to go home and I'm going to do my own research to see which one that statistics have found out to be the one that is going to be the best and why one is being used and why not the other, you know. Also too, if my estradiol is high, then my estrogen levels are high, over 3,000, they were going to put me on a high protein diet from here until retrieval. And she was like, it's like a high protein. It's a lot of protein that I would have to take. So the results are not in yet, but the last time they looked, my levels were, they were pretty low. They were normal, in a normal range, you know, not low, but in a normal range. So once the labs and stuff are taken in, they're going to send me an update inside the patient portal telling me like, hey, it's high or low or whatever, right? And if it's high, I have to do a protein diet. So if your estrogen is high, you are on the verge of ovarian hyperstimulation. That's one of the things you're going to hear. You've seen women have complications from that, and it's a rare thing, but you just don't know how your body's going to react to medication, unfortunately. So honestly, this is like Russian roulette. I keep saying this over and over because you just don't know. Like, you don't know. You can't say, oh, I only got two good follicles. I'm not going to be able to have a baby. No, because then those two follicles can have like really great outcomes of eggs, right? And then you can have like a lot of follicles and no great outcome of eggs. So yeah, let me just do a little reading for you guys so y'all can see what she gave me. So this is what to expect of day of retrieval. She did say I have to have somebody take me home, but I mean, honestly, I haven't told nobody about this, so I really don't know who I can call or ask to kind of help me with this or whatever, right? So I don't know, because she was like, you're gonna be under anesthesia, and then she did say like you probably can do like an Uber home or whatever, but Uber from here is like really far, right? And they don't really want you to Uber. Or you can do like a medical staff person can pick you up. And I think I might do that. I think I might get a hotel out here in Colorado Springs. You know I don't like hotels. And then I might just like pay for like a medical staff, like a medical assistant to just drive me to the hotel, and I'll just stay there or whatever. Yeah, because this is honestly something that like I wanted to be my thing. They did say that I am able to stay at the clinic a few hours after, but I will still really need somebody to kind of take me or whatever, like home. So there's that. But here's the medication for today. This is today. So I'm going to continue to take all the meds that I've been taking today. My Ganirelix, Gano, Menopur. And that's the good thing about it is literally I've already finished it all. You know, like this is going to be my last day for all of the meds. And they're going to be gone, you know. So it's literally one more shot of anything and it's just gone, you know. And then so tonight I'll do the one trigger shot, and then tomorrow I'll do the next trigger shot. And on Saturday, I have to be at the clinic at 9:30. The retrieval is at 10:30. So just be aware. They tell me I cannot eat or drink anything after midnight. My retrieval is at 10:30. I can't eat or drink anything after midnight the night prior to retrieval. So that's understandable for any anesthesia. Going under anesthesia, you don't want to eat like 12 hours midnight prior to your surgery. So yeah. So your girl gonna be eating exactly at 11:40 at night. Because, child, it says no watch jewelry, no jewelry, no watches. It's important. It says, let me tell you what it says. It says, it is very important that you and your clothing not smell of hairspray, perfume, cologne, or tobacco smoke. This applies to anyone that accompanies you as well. it said that they were saying that the smell can affect the anesthesia, but also too it can affect like the doctors and the nurses and anesthesiologists. Like if they're gaggy because your perfume, and your perfume doesn't have to stink, they're gonna be there, and some people don't want to have to smell that or smell, stuff. So what I'm going to do is tomorrow in the morning I'm going to wash my braids because my hair smells like the hair products and stuff like that. They're very perfumey and stuff. So I'm going to wash my hair tomorrow. Look at this old lady. If they don't take this broad's license, she turned it from way over. There's a middle lane to turn. She turned it from way over there. Somebody take this old lady license. There's already a car in the turning lane to turn left, right? They're coming this way. So the middle lane is the turning lane. There's already a car right there to turn left. They're already in the lane to turn. She turned it from the other lane. She didn't even see the car turn it. Child, just take people licenses. Ooh, child. Back to me. Let me not worry about other people. Let me worry about me. Me and my life. Okay, girl. It says, like I said earlier, it says that you have to bring somebody. It says you're unable to drive for 24 hours after your procedure. If you desire a fresh transfer and one is deemed appropriate by the physician, you have to have the following medications on hand: estrase, which is estradiol, progesterone in oil, and vaginal progesterone, endometrium, prometrium. So I may not even be qualified to do a fresh transfer, because they said that, like, if the eggs aren't, if they didn't fertilize within 3 days, there's 3-day transfer and there's a 5-day transfer, right? And so you have the option to choose. Do you want a 3-day transfer or a 5-day transfer? So the lady said that when you do the retrieval, which is on Saturday, then the next day is 1 day, that's Sunday. Monday is a 2-day transfer. And Tuesday is a 3-day transfer, right? But you don't do 2 or 1-day transfer. So on Tuesday will be the 3-day transfer. So on Monday, because they're closed on Sunday, they're going to call me on Monday and tell me how my eggs look and how they look fertilized and stuff like that. If they're growing, how they look. So on Monday, that's day 2 already, right? So by Monday, they can kind of really get a better understanding too as how they're looking, and they can say, okay, we got some good quality embryos, we can do a 3-day transfer. And it's like, they're kind of still slacking a little bit, we can do a 5-day transfer or whatever. Let's push it to 5. And so yeah, the lady, she was really nice today. The nurse was really nice, but she got you could tell she was a little annoyed because I asked her, I said, can you sit down? And I sit down and we take our time going through this list, because it was like a whole bunch of questions she was asking me, and I was like, and I want to write it down. I want to go home and research it just in case I want to change my mind about a choice I'm making. So they do assistant hatching, and they do the Etsy, where they actually put the sperm into the egg. They don't do the other one. I don't know it right now off the top of my head what it's called, but yeah. So also, I bought the overdrill. I think I mentioned this earlier. Don't know if I did. I bought the overdrill medications as well, so I don't need that one. Oh, I did say I was going to go research it. So from what I'm looking up and what I research, if I feel like I don't need that medication, I'm going to bring it to the clinic, because they actually have free medication. They have like medication people donate, and the reason why they have extra medicines is because sometimes, like, they say the stimulation medication will be 8 to 14 days, right? So you remember on day 8, I still had a lot of medicines left. I had a couple of medicine left. So then I could have donated those extra meds, right? And then, but say somebody has to go over day 9, because I'm day 9 right now, and I'm already out, right? So imagine someone was like, oh, they have to go to like day 12 or something, right? So then they have to buy more meds. And you don't get to buy like just enough for 2 days. You buy the quantity amount that it comes with. So now you have extra medication. And then that medication people can donate. She said you can go on Facebook Market and donate. A lot of people go in there and donate. Or some people sell it however they want to do it. But I kind of find this iffy doing it on Facebook Market, because what if somebody's on there and they take it for free and then they go sell it? You know, I don't want to mess with Facebook Market. I don't even have Facebook, but I'm just going to bring it to the clinic, and hopefully they tell, they give the information to women. There was a woman in there who was like, how she ended up needing some medicines, because they're not going to fund all your medicine, but they fund some, like if you're like, I just need one more day, or if the first day of your cycle and you come and they're like, okay, we can start medications and stuff, right, on the first day of your cycle, on your third day of your cycle, but when you come in, you're like, oh, my meds haven't came in time, so then you can have extra medicines. They have extra medicines at the clinic or whatever. But as you guys just seen, I just talked a lot. I talked pretty fast or whatever. I'll be shitting you if I didn't tell you that I was like extremely nervous. I'm scared. I'm nervous. I'm anxious. This is a lot. It's different when you're like fucking somebody and you're having sex and you're like, oh, there's a baby, I'm pregnant. I guess it's still high pressure if you're somebody trying to conceive. If you and your partner are actually trying and you guys are having sex, that pressure of like, okay, I'm having sex, this is my ovulation window, and then your period comes, or you do a pregnancy test and it says not pregnant or something like that. Like, oh, your girl is on high levels of stress. I'm not stressed. I'm anxious. I gotta remember that. Because I'm not really stressed. I'm anxious. Cool. Okay. So Saturday, I'm gonna have to stay out here on Saturday. The good thing is the cats, they can fend for themselves, so they can stay at home or whatever. I'll probably just get a hotel for like, just that day, and I'll come back home like Saturday night or whatever, because I do not like hotels. I don't like laying in people's beds. I don't like anything like that. It's disgusting to me. I might bring the kitties and bring them into the people hotel room. But yeah, so there's that. It was nice chatting, you guys. You guys are going to see me take my last injections later today. I have to set an alarm for 11:30 because I'm a granny. I go to bed at 8 o'clock, 8:30. I'm in bed. So I'm actually probably going to be asleep by 11:30, and I'm going to have to set about 5 fucking alarms to make sure that I do this injection. Ooh, this guy was cute. This is a cute little guy over here driving the truck. Maybe that's supposed to be my baby daddy. I'm going to pull up on him. Skirt, skirt. Hey. You kind of look like my sperm donor. Oh, but I am so nervous. I'm so nervous. Like, this is a lot. Like, it's not really setting, and like, I don't think I really expressed to you guys how much I want this. But anyways, if you have to do this again, you have to wait to the next cycle and do the injection stuff all over again or whatever, and stuff like that. But yeah, so fresh transfer. I'm excited. And I'm scared. Because you just don't know. There's nothing that's like, oh yeah, your age, you're healthy, you're this, your AMH looks good, this level looks good, this looks good, your uterus is beautiful, your eggs are beautiful, and sperm is beautiful, and oh yeah, no. It could be a no. Your body could just be like, no, you know? This is so nervous. I'm so nervous. And it's crazy because I got to do this by myself. And this is literally my choice. This is literally my choice. But I promise you, please try to work it out with a partner. Because this is hard. Homework has been hard. Focusing has been hard. Everything has been like really, really hard for me. It's not nothing easy, bruh. It's not. I know I'm probably making very positive light of this and stuff, but I'm so anxious. And this is crazy because you guys, like, in my life, I've done every major thing by myself. I've done so much stuff by myself. When I had my fibroids taken out by myself, hearing that, like, I was not able to have kids, I was by myself. All of those procedures by myself. And I promise you, like, this is something I really want. Because I don't want to do life again by myself. I shit you not, I don't think I have the mental capacity for this to not work. I really don't think I have it in me. I really don't. And so, the universe just has to bless me. Because I've been cursed all life. So, I really hope that this is something that just takes. And so that's why, like, if you end up seeing these videos, this is literally way after the fact that I've already went through it, because there's no way in hell I could share this experience while I'm doing it, you know? But it's crazy. I really wish that I could have had a partner or somebody in life, but life just did not align for me to have somebody. It just did not, bruh. You know, for 2 years to date, like, I have not been asked out on a date. Like, no one has ever, like, approached me and was like, they're interested in me, you know? It's crazy. Let me not lie. It's probably been about, like, two or three people who have approached me, but I shit you not. It was literally on some, like, they just seen my ass and just probably want to fuck or some shit like that or whatever. I'm sorry I'm cursing and stuff, but this is a lot, you know. On top, it's just a lot. Let me just, one day at a time. Here we are right now in this moment, and I'm actually just blessed I'm able to even have this moment, because IVF is expensive. It's not cheap, bruh. It's not cheap. And I'm happy I have this insurance or whatever. But what I did want to do, though, is look for another job this weekend too. Yeah, I mean, okay, let me stay positive. I was gonna look for another job so I can make sure I have, like, backup insurance if I have to do it again. But we're gonna stay positive, and I'm gonna stop crying or whatever. And I try not to, like, whenever I used to imagine me doing something and it just never worked out. So, we're doing this one day at a time. And it is exactly 9:07. Pulled on the side of the road, crying. Everybody looking at me because the windows are not tinted. Yeah. Oh, so if you've made it this far in my little docu-series of my IVF journey, just know that, like, don't be like, you crazy doing this by yourself. Like, everything that you see me going through, I desperately must need this. It's not even a want, you guys. This is a need. It's a need that I don't do life by myself anymore. Just having my own person. Because, like, even when she was like, do you have emergency contact or who's going to drive you? Like, there's nobody in my life that I feel like I want to share this with. Bro. Like, I shit you not. I don't have connections like that with people. Some people are just alone, and that's literally me. I promise. But hey, if you're seeing this, that means your girl made it through or whatever. So let me stay positive, right? Like, girl, don't be dapper in the mood for us. But I'm about to get on the road. Oh no, a meds. I just dropped my medication. Today is Thursday. Wait. Register. If you don't register the Thursday. Okay. It's trying to look at everything else. Camera. Stop. There he is. Thursday. And we have all our little bags in here or whatever. Oh my God. Okay, so before I go, the estrase is a pill, and I believe that's twice a day. So your girl is gonna be adding another pill. You know what I'm saying? On top of all this extra stuff or whatever. But I'm actually going to go home. I'm gonna call my gynecologist, and I'm gonna let them know. I'm gonna let him know. His name is Dr. Noor, and he is literally like, the VA should be paying for my IVF. But the VA is literally like, y'all, that's another story for another day, but the VA will only pay for my IVF if I'm married to a man. I have to have eggs, and my partner has to have sperm. Look up the policy. I shit you not. Anyways, another story, another video, another post. I gotta get on the road because I actually have to be at work at 11:30 because yesterday I went home and I did a whole bunch of stuff that I wasn't supposed to do. So as you see, I'm already dressed for work, but I am gonna go home first because I need to clear up some stuff and things like that. But I'm about to stop and grab something to eat and get on the road. So bye, you guys. Much love. So yeah, just positive vibes, positive energies, positive vibes, positive energies, and yeah. And then the lady was like, I said, well, how many embryos can they place? You know, just all of them or whatever. This is the last thing I'm gonna say before I go. She was like, well, not with your age. Yeah, I'm 33. Did you know at the age of 35, a woman is considered geriatric for childbearing? Geriatric is old as fuck, aka 35 years old. All of those reproductive things is old, which is crazy. But technically, they go off of your first period. So it's weird that, like, you know, naturally in the body, you should be having babies in your 20s. That's crazy, right? it's not crazy to have babies in your 20s. So if you've had them in your 20s or you want them in your 20s and you're doing fertility treatments in your 20s, way to go, sis. Way to go. Because I don't know why I waited so long. I had every opportunity, but you know why I waited? I waited because I had hope. I had hope that I was going to meet somebody. And please, I've said it in other videos. I don't know if I even said it, but I didn't find fault in people or anything like that. It was, the universe just didn't align me with the person. It just didn't. And so there's that. I actually wear my seatbelt the correct way, you guys, or whatever. But I definitely gotta go home and put some more concealer underneath these eyes because your girl was crying. But I'm gonna get some food. I'm gonna stop at the gas station, get food, and get on the road, go back to the house. Yeah. But bye, you guys. Alright, y'all. I was taking a nap because I ate some good old food. But it's 7 o'clock and it's time for the last 2 injections. Anyways, there's one. I'm sleepy. I'm gonna go back to sleep, you guys. Louis, stop it. Stop. This one stings sometimes, then it don't sting. It stings today. There we go. I was holding my breath the whole time. All right, y'all. So I did a lot of talking earlier today. So I'm actually gonna go. I'm actually about to go back to sleep. It's 7 o'clock. Your girl is gonna go to sleep. I'm sleepy. I set my alarm for 11 tonight, 11 p.m., 11:15, and 11:30. I have a little bit of Gano F left, you know? But we're gonna take a look, we're gonna actually take a look at the leprolide, okay? Let's take a look at that. Let's kind of get our minds right for that and stuff like that. Oh, I have not done the research yet, but I'll do the research. I'll do it. I'm sleepy. Anywho, this is what we're taking tonight. This is how it looks. It's only a little bit inside. But anyways, this says 1 mil is 100 units, right? These are diabetic pens. This one says 1 milligram is 0.2 mils. 1 mgs. I don't know. But the instructions for this particular medication, y'all, let me find it. Okay. It says 0.8 ml is 80 units subcutaneously. She said 80 units is to the 80 line. I don't know. But she said go to the 80. This is a really thin needle. So we're going to use 2 of those. This expires February 2025. Yeah. But let's see what they originally told me to do, okay? The Leuprolide. It says inject 4 mgs, which is 0.8 ml subcutaneously at a specific given time and repeat dose 12 hours later. Let me see. The Overdrill say inject 2 pre-filled syringe subcutaneously as directed. Quantity 2. Let's take a look and see how that looks. I'm thinking I'm supposed to take them together. We're going to go ahead and put it back in the fridge when we're done just looking at it, but it's pre-filled syringe. It says inject 2 pre-filled syringes, 500 mcg subcutaneously once as directed. Let me see. I'm gonna look it up, you guys, while I'm recording. So let me see. I'm watching this show called The Practice. It's a very old show, and I promise you, that show puts me to sleep. It's a good show though. I'm still on like almost season 2 now. Season 2, like episode 1. It's been taking me forever. Taking Overdrill and Leuprolide at the same time for trigger shot. It didn't even take the word, bruh. Oh, okay, listen. It says combining both the GnRH agonist and a low dose HGC is known as a dual trigger. This method acts more like the LH surge in a natural menstrual cycle. In a fresh ART cycle, the dual trigger can increase the number of oocytes retrieved. It is not known if a dual trigger improves outcomes of ART. Here goes someone to ask, why trigger work with HCG and Lupron? Both HCG and the Lupron triggers are used to begin the final maturation of eggs that you've been working so hard to grow during the ovarian stimulation. The trigger shot mimics the action of a hormone known as LH or luteinizing hormone, which your body naturally produces during your menstrual cycle. Can you mess up a trigger shot? Trigger shot mistakes. What's next? We know it's easier said than done, but if you make an error with your trigger shot, try to stay calm. Medication mistakes happen. You may run out of needles, the syringe may crack, or you could get that essential timing wrong. If a patient has 30 or more mature follicles, they could also need to cancel a trigger shot in IVF cycle if the fertility specialist feels there is a risk of severe OHSS, over hyperstimulation syndrome. Overall, while follicles counts are useful tools in IVF process, they are not the end of the story in regards to IVF success. Remember I told you that it's not always good to have a lot of follicles. Sometimes it's good. So there is like such thing as too much. That means there's too many follicles. So I want to kind of tell you guys about this if you don't really know. So when you're going to do your test and you're doing the ultrasound and stuff, it doesn't show how many eggs or anything in there. So what's happening is the follicle is growing and it's filled with liquid. And so when you go do your retrieval, they actually have to drain that liquid out of them follicles. They drain the liquid and they want it to be 12, a size 12 or more. And if it's a size 12, then they would drain those. And then when they drain it, only then will they're able to see how much eggs is in there. They won't see until they drain it. So that's what's happening. It's growing and it's growing, and when those follicles grow, it fills with like fluid that naturally goes into those mature follicles when you naturally have a cycle, right? And you just don't know how many eggs. So the goal is to create more eggs in there that's mature enough. So just because the follicle is big, that doesn't mean that there's eggs in there, or doesn't even mean that there's qualitative, like quality eggs. I think that's a word. Okay. So yeah. Let me go back to reading about the combination. Okay? Oh, okay. So there's the Lupron shot, right? Now, some people actually may be utilizing this throughout their fertility cycle. Now, this may be, I remember reading about this, but it says the Lupron triggers. Here it is. A Lupron trigger is not an option for people using Lupron as an agonist to prevent ovulation during their treatment cycle. You remember the Ganirelix? Some people will utilize the Lupron instead. And I think it's just your doctor, your body, your treatment plan. Those patients can only use an HCG trigger, and that HCG trigger will be the Overdrill. That will be their only option. You won't be able to use this one as a trigger shot if you're using this instead of Ganirelix, okay? Lupron triggers are great for patients who are at high risk of OHSS because they don't have the same side effects that come along with the HCG trigger. See, but I don't have that, so I don't know. Combination triggers, here we go. Combination triggers use a combination of both HCG and Lupron. The combo trigger may include only one Lupron injection on the night of the HCG trigger, or may include two Lupron injections that are 12 parts apart, one at the same time as the HCG trigger shot, and one Lupron injection the following morning. Your clinic will confirm the specific trigger times and instructions. See, here's the thing about this clinic that I did not like. The lady was asking me, what did I want? Bitch, I don't fucking know. Like, I'm not even lying. Like, she asked me, what did I want to do? Girl, I don't know. What is my body telling you what I should be doing? But I am going to give them a call because I should have read this earlier, but I just didn't. So both HCG and Lupron triggers are used to begin the final maturation of the eggs that you've been working so hard to grow during the ovarian stimulation. Okay? The trigger shot mimics the action of a hormone known as LH, or luteinizing hormone, which your body naturally produces during your menstrual cycle. Now, this is a hormone that says, hey, release that egg. You know, get ready. We're ready for that egg. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't say drop it because the eggs aren't going to come out, okay? The LH signals the eggs to finish a cell division process called meiosis. Meiosis is when the eggs go from having 46 chromosomes, like all other cells in the body, to half the genetic material, or 23 chromosomes. Meiosis is important because sperm cells also contain only 23 chromosomes. So when the sperm fertilizes the egg, the two sets of 23 chromosomes combine to make a full 46 chromosomes in the resulting cells of the embryo. The only key thing that the trigger shot does is to have these mature eggs release themselves from the wall of the follicle. Okay. As eggs develop during ovarian stimulation, the immature eggs are attached to the wall of the follicle. When the eggs are mature and ready to be retrieved, the trigger shot causes the eggs to release from the wall of the follicle and into the fluid within the follicle. This is important because during the egg retrieval, the doctor will insert a needle into each follicle and withdraw all the fluid. Didn't I say that? Within the fluid will be the eggs that responded to the trigger shot. The valves, and that's, so remember, the eggs that responded to the trigger shot, because they can only, when the liquid is removed, whatever eggs is floating in there, that's what they take out, right? So if they didn't respond to the trigger shot, them eggs will stay attached to the cell walls and they won't come out, because you're not going in there pulling them from the cell walls. They just removing the liquid, and whatever eggs is in there, if there's any, then that is what they're going to use, right? Respond to the trigger shot, okay? The vials of follicular fluid are then passed over to the lab to sort through and find the eggs. And that's when they put all of that liquid stuff in a dish, or however that doctor does it, and they're looking through microscopes and stuff like that. Microscopes or telescopes. They're looking through the microscope and they're finding those eggs in that liquid. Okay. So, yeah, so I'm reading this on a website called Berry Fertility. Berry, like berries, like blueberries. Let me save this. Let me create another page, right? So let's go back and read a little bit more about, y'all, I don't know what's going on with the, so now I'm on Advanced Fertility Center of Chicago. Oh, listen to this. Why does giving HCG result in hyperstimulation syndrome in a small percentage of cases? The HCG trigger shot that is given 35 hours prior to egg retrieval procedure causes hyperstimulation syndrome in some cases because it lingers in the body for 10 days. A trigger shot is needed to allow to recovery of mature eggs that can be fertilized with IVF, okay? The problem in some patients is that although HCG is very effective at triggering ovulation and maturation of eggs in the follicles, it lingers in the body and continues to support hormone production in the ovaries. Sometimes the ovaries get too fired up and go a little cuckoo, hyperstimulation.
Now, this is where like some women have like complications, because after you get that after you do your egg retrieval from your trigger shot, right? Your doctors, sometimes you don't get follow-up, because if you don't kind of complain about like pain or bloating or anything like that. But the weird part is some women may overlook it because the symptoms are still the same how it was that led up to the day of retrieval. So honestly, I'm not going to play around with that type of stuff. On the day I do my retrieval, which is a Saturday, right? They're going to call me on a Monday, so I have Sunday and Monday. I'm actually going to go to my gynecologist on Monday as a walk-in and have them check my ovaries and just look at it with a ultrasound. Like, I'm not going to play that game, because it's kind of like you just wait to see. And the best thing you can do is, you know, respond early on than like later, because sometimes that can cause like erupt ovaries and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, you guys, hold on. See, hold on, y'all. So here is the downside to just using Lupron. Child, I should have been doing my research before this, but that's why I'm here to tell y'all, okay? So the downside to using Lupron, oh wait, let me go back up here. Which patients are best candidates for Lupron trigger? This protocol is not ideal for all patients, but may be ideal for women that are at high risk for ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome. This would include women with polycystic ovaries, PCOS, high AMH levels, high antral follicle counts on the ultrasound, previous high response to ovarian stimulation with injectable medication, previous ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome, OHSS, high response in a current ovarian stimulation for IVF using an antagonist protocol with a